One and only that I know. But if the Prime Minister of Jamaica can come, the man will not bring him up.
My comments called and said, why is such person crying? I said, because she's not the first lady.
One of the my friend called down and said, don't mention the lady the name, you know, because she love when people talk about her and then something there, so just leave her out time and nobody mention her name, none at all. But it seems like we will go out with yourself before we reach. But I only have one thing to say about the current member of parliament. One thing. I'm not getting into our private affairs. But I heard recently where she was giving some reflections on her being ill and going to Andrew's Memorial Hospital. Andrew's Memorial. Let's see, we're trying to give this entire spiritual journal. I shall not be drawn up today. But she went to Andrew's Memorial Hospital. And in her own words, she said she called the Minister of Health in order to get a bed at the university hospital. And I want for you to stop for a second and think about that. In order for you to get proper care in the health sector in Jamaica, you have to have connection to somebody that is in charge so you can call a minister. What about the rest of the people who cannot get up and call Dr. Tostan? What health care do they have access to? Country can't run some. But before, I want to have some things to that. 4 years ago, just over 4 years ago, we went into an election. And the Labour right then give me a backside. Backside, not a bad word, man. You don't have to look so. They give me a backside. And when they beat us up 4 years ago, 49 seats to our 14, they started behaving as if they thought that victory was a two-term victory by itself. That they can't lose the next one. They became arrogant. Became complacent. We went to work. We started training and preparing for a rematch. I wonder if you don't understand what a rematch means. Come 2025, some point this year, within the next 4 months, he is going to have to call a general election. And when he calls that general election, and we go to that rematch in central Manchester and in Jamaica, the Labour rights are going to get a beating. They must get a beating. They have to get a beating. And we're going to get a meeting, not because we're trying to win it for ourselves and just win it for winning's sake. But we want to win because it is when we win that the people of Jamaica are going to win. I hear another argument about what is the cost for the budget. Well, let me run through some things. First they said we had no plans. And we said, well, I'll tell you the plans until the budget is made. Because we know how the finger feel and we teeth them. When we put out the plans, them said, how are we pay for those plans? Then give them the mouthpiece in the media to start saying, where is the budget for what you have said? Never in the history of Jamaica has an opposition party put out a budget. Never in the history of Jamaica. Never in the history of the world has an opposition party put out a budget. Andrew Holness was leader of the opposition for 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Go back and check, he never put out no budget. Not one. You go into the budget debate and you speak to what your plans are if you become the government. That's what every party in opposition do. And all of a sudden, they want to come down to try and trick the people. And then when we cost the items, and we say the cost is $22 billion, Ms. Promax go to Parliament and say that if we implement that budget, that is going to bankrupt the country. Now hold on a second. $22.6 billion. And I'm going to go through the plans. 22.6. Cornwall Regional Hospital started out at $2 billion. Cornwall Regional Hospital is about $26 billion. Then the love maps. But if you take away 2 from 26, you have 24 left. Cornwall Regional Hospital budget overrun is more than what the policies that the PAP has proposed will cost. Then if Cornwall Regional will bankrupt the country, the PAP plan won't bankrupt the country either. What is it that we have proposed? And I want to start with education. Because they understand the value of education. Education makes people become better than parents. We have said that when you ask children to go to school and work hard, and they do that, and they stay out of trouble, and they achieve the grades to matriculate to university, poverty should not step in and take a deciding vote that they must go to university. So we have said the first child in every family that matriculates to a university in Jamaica will get a full scholarship from the next PNP administration. Lo and behold, when we say that, Darrell Vaz rang up on Twitter, now called X, put up something that $1.5 million is the tuition. And if you multiply that by 1 million or so, you get $1.5 trillion. We have a set of thugs running the country. Darrell Vaz got school a big fight. Where in Jamaica would you have 1 million university spots? Where? Where in Jamaica would you have 1 million children going to university at the same time? The entire population from primary and secondary school is 400,000. From grade 1 all the way up to grade 12. So how would you get 1 million people going to university at the same time? We have a set of thugs running the country. And because they can get out articles, they try to confuse the public. So when you put forward something to benefit the people, mash down some lion and we put them on tired. And we put them on tired and then all the arguments when they back up leave and tomorrow we take it, push them over there again. In Jamaica each year, 31,000 children are born. On average, 31,000 babies are born yearly. Which means that in grade 1, you're going to have 31,000 people. In grade 2, 31,000 people. In grade 3, 31,000 people. Unless some of them then are then migrate, the number of children that are in grade 1 are the number that were born 6 years ago. It's a simple thing. 31,000. The Minister of Finance that went to Parliament and talked garbage used to be the Minister of Education. When she was Minister of Education and the CSEC results came out, 1 in every 5 Jamaican children passed 5 subjects to include maths and English, which you need in order to go to university. 1 in every 5. Which means that of the 30,000 children, only 6,000 out of it could possibly matriculate to university. She knows that. Members of the government are aware of that. But still they go out there and fight against the scholarship for poor people because they want to keep the people down. Of the 6,000 that matriculate to go to university, not all of them are the first in their family. Some of them are the second one, so they wouldn't qualify for the scholarship. Some are the third. They are aware of this. But still, they are trying to deceive the public. Well, no matter what they want, they could have balled till them blue. Poor people picnic that matriculate to God University will get a full scholarship so they can go and educate themselves at the highest level. Them think that for them pick their loans without Dr. Lai. Where would I be? With the woman who wanted to domesticate part for the father when they got work house, when they call prison. Where would I be if it's their policy when them have around the country? Regardless of where people are coming from, regardless of the circumstances in the home, if the child works hard and matriculate and earn their way to university, poverty not tell them, say them not going there. When I was going to school, I used to get $60 to go to school. $60. Me have 42, we don't have to hold it, I want to do it. At 2,000, then if I school, I stress down the regular. It was $20 for the bus fare from Mandeville to Claremont at Airport. And $20 for go back home, so $20 for lunch. When they give a break, we go up and down and play, so we don't remember so we hungry. When lunchtime come, I would buy a sugar bun because it was the biggest thing we ever have out there. And then we don't have to buy the friend them lunch. Because the change when we get back the deep about $3 more to buy one big Joe box drink. So we have to buy for them food, so we take $1 from this and $1 from that one, $1 from that one, so we can buy the thing. And I'm telling you, that's style. Right now, if you offer me a sugar bun, me a hear the argument. Because they hate sugar bun too much to eat when they're in a hospital. And when we come back after lunch, within half an hour, when the physics teacher reaches the board and starts us up, he starts us up. Yarn, nigga right is setting and go and sleep because of the sugar in the body. And it is under those circumstances that most of us went to school. We have realized that, and we have put forward a proposal that every needy child in school will get a warm, nutritious meal, regardless of who they are, and the government is fighting against that. If they're fighting them black and blue, the next PAP administration is going to ensure that every poor pig in our school can eat a proper meal every day. That's what them have been nice about here. 400,000 people in a school. It's not everything they need because we have 3 in a school and them don't need no lunch. Because we give them money to go to school. Me used to get $60 and my daughter get $2,000 a day now. My mother was sharing with money. Out of that 400,000, you have some that are in prep school that don't need nobody to give them picnic lunch. They go to school for 190 days. It works out to just over 200,000 children, 260,000 that will need a warm meal per day. Currently, PATH contribution is $280 per day, and we are going to move that to $400. What it will require is $9 billion more than what the current school feeding program is. And this government is going to tell us that we cannot spend $9 billion to feed the children of this country. Well, the reason why the people are going to vote out Labour is so that something new and something different can take place. When people figure out school, because people poor and time hard, people go to school one shift. This one go Monday, that one go Tuesday, that one go Wednesday, that one go Thursday. We not talk about shift when you go morning and evening, and then you skip some day. You go Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Then parents can't afford all 5 days. Because they don't have the money to give them transportation. The PNP has proposed that we will put a right program in place to give a subsidy to 20,000 poor children so that they can get transportation to go to school. And that is what this government is fighting against. When it comes to housing, most of us as politicians, when we are walking, somebody says to us, you have to go over the yard. A star like that, you have to go over the yard. We walk and go to the yard, and we go in the house and we greet them and we say, how you doing, comrade this or comrade that. We say, thank you for your support over the years and we look forward to your support in the future. And when we do that, we are up and we keep on, we go take fast and look up. And when we look up, we look straight into the sky, God Almighty, some of the people living under the deplorable condition. Time come now for us to really deal with the housing problem in Jamaica.
And I try to raise as much money as I can to ensure that this constituency, which is one that has been identified as a must-win for the People's National Party. And tonight, I just want to impart a couple of words. If it is said you can't predict, you must prepare. You get that? Yes. If you can't predict, you must prepare. I'd like to suggest to you that in central Manchester, to be able to predict, we need to ensure that all our workers, and that don't just mean the PD captains, we don't mean only the cluster leaders and indoor and outdoor agents and drivers. It means that every comrade here has to dedicate themselves for the next few weeks, and I will tell you why I say a few weeks, to getting the PNP list, confirm the people in each polling division with their telephone numbers to ensure that we meet the target that makes victory predictable. So preparation involves every single person within the sounding of my voice. All of us in our respective communities have a responsibility as comrades. You know me, I'm not a rare speaker. I don't jump up and down and carry on. Right? I am a believer in organization. I don't want to hear on election day when I visit a cluster and ask how many PNP people have voted. I don't want to hear enough. I don't want to hear a holy promise. I want to hear 15, 20, 100, whatever the number is. What does that do? It tells us that if we are falling short, we need to get additional workers on. We need to call the people who we have on that telephone list. I will never forget, and you all may remember there was a campaign that we ran against Norman Horn, who was then a GFP man. He's now a member of the PNP and is good standing again. Right? A good comrade. But when I ran against Norman Horn, the election morning, pure rainfall. You remember that? Rain like this. When I checked Belfield, and you all know my motto, I must lift mine eyes unto the hills from whence cometh my help. Largely because when you check the Belfield votes, the overwhelming number of polling divisions ran almost 80% for the PNP. So we knew that even if Mandeville that is closer, Royal, not Patrick, came in early, wait until you hear, what name again, from Albert Reed, come in and say, the massive come, right? We need to reassure, and I know there are issues here, we need to reassure that for every polling division, not just in Belleville, but in every one of the parish council divisions, that every single thing goes out, that we have canvas come out. That way, we can predict victory. But to predict victory, we have to prepare. Okay, comrades? So, some people say I'm a slave driver and a taskmaster, but that is what it takes. Politics is not only really. It is also about message. And in this context, our message is very clear. Our message is that after 9 years, to have a leader who is unable to declare his integrity report and who has, in fact, challenged the law that his party supported to ensure integrity in public life, to challenge that in court. Our leader has come up. He's clean. He's straightforward. The members of the People's National Party stand for some basic principles. Principles of integrity, honesty, and I tell you something else. The other day they challenged whether or not we could pay for the promises that were, or the programs that were put on by the PNP in our budget debate. And what did the current leader and Julian Blue, they came out with a clear indication of how the budget would be financed. But they also added something which tells you, the people of this country, that this is an honest party. They said, listen, we have to wait to go in there to see what them left, because they must spend so much money to thief this election, or at least buy it. Let me not say thief. Let me say buy this election. Then we don't know what go left when they're done. So we have to, because you can't start a new budget after election. Okay? So we have to go in there, look at it, but we have presented what it costs. The other thing I want to tell you, comrades, about urgency. It is my view, and this is a personal view, it does not have within the predictions of the great poets, and whatever it is. But if I were to guess, we will face an election before school ends. It would be, or just about when school ends in June. Good. Why? I see the U.S. Secretary of State has come, and they've made a big thing about his support for some of the things that we were afraid of. Most of which were negotiated in any event with the Caribbean leadership in CARICOM. Things like the Cuban doctors, right? And the fact that Rubio has stepped back. It is no longer that people who have been engaged in this program will have no U.S. visa. I would have been one of them because I was minister and was proud to negotiate with them. I'm not afraid. I'm Jamaican. I'm not left with them. The Ibanya, I'm on leave. But the next thing you must look at is the fact that he has announced the CARICOM heads of government meeting for July. He is hoping that he will win, right? Because it is Jamaica's time for chairman. So that tells me that we are between now and then at risk. Now hear me. The only thing we know for winning election is water. So comrades, as I started, so I all of us in here have that responsibility to get out there and do the best that we can in the taxi, in the market, every single opportunity you get, send the message. Time comes. Thank you.
I said I will take heed to my ways, that I will not sin tonight with my tongue. I will keep my mouth with a bridle. But I come from church. And the bishop of the Meridian Church reminds us about the gem that we used to say in school. the truth. And speak it ever. Cause it what it will. He who hides the wrong evil does the wrong thing still. Therefore, Conference Chairman Mikael Phillips, Campaign Manager, Barney Sackfield, General Secretary of the People's National Party, the only party I know. Vice President of the People's National Party, the only MP from Manchester, go all the way back down the way. Anova, Chilani and St. Anne. I want you to big up the two people from the big up, man. I want to big up the Queen of the house. She says she don't want to talk tonight, but I know when she's going to talk. I'm going to plan it for her. I'm going to tell her when to talk. My colleague, counselor, so I'm going to find out when this will fit. How much are we there? 2 gone up to Northeast. 10 counselors are here from the Manchester. You can sit down. I want to pay my respect to the chairman of the Royal Black Division. Yes. You give up now? Because all when things look rough, he has a job to protect. I try to protect him. The executive members of the Royal Black Division, cluster leaders, I want to big you up. Because a while ago, Comrade said to me he can see the opponents of the Royal Black Division, and I want to tell him that I have nothing to do with what is here. It is the chairman of the division and the hard-working members of the Royal Black Division that have done this. All I did, I said to them, no, we can't find any money, but we're going to put it on. But I know people are here that when I call them tomorrow morning and say I want money, they will help me out. I don't call no name. But I want to thank the workers, the foot soldiers. Some of them they should me all know. And then say me not drive around and say thanks. But me never drive. One time me drive around and say thanks for my organization, you know. One time, and that was in 1998, September. But I'm going to love me like how Jesus loved the children. I'm going to love me that tonight time as a tree. But I want you to love me and love the People's National Party the same way you're going to love me and you love Mikael Manley. I want you to love me like how you love Norman Washington Manley. I want you to love me like how you love Portia Simpson. Comrades, I want to bring up the one and only Don I know. When I came up on the National Stadium, within 5 minutes it was on all of the news. And people say, how many are they going to Mr. Black? But if the Prime Minister of Jamaica can come to Mandeville and bring him up. Absolutely no excuse, no apology. Bring up my father, we call him a daddy. Because I will tell you, I can't recall when we had such a conference at McIntosh Memorial Primary School. This school that I attended as a student some 1973, a long time. But right after that, I don't know. I have one plea for you though, because I don't deserve what you know. Comrade Sophia, I talk to you, Comrade there. If I have to stay right that I can't win the election. If you have to see me every day right that I can't win the election. So I have to go to Nat Patrick. I have to go to the Mandeville division. I have to go to Belfield division. Because I know the people in right that will not let me down. So I will come to you in due time. Just give me the time that the people in the other divisions can know me. Because the other day, I went somewhere and they said, you running? She said, my name is Michelle. And that's the only reason why I never vote for you. Yesterday I went to a birthday party for a 98-year-old man. And his wife. They were celebrating 70 years together as man and wife. And in another day, Jackie suit walking up and down, and when we were in there, his son was pregnant, and his son was talking and saying, they call him God, and take off the hat. So you know what type of man they were. And I am pleased and I am proud to know that so many people in Manchester know me who I don't know. But I want to say something to you tonight, because they don't talk what he has to talk. Because I'm rolling some things until the constituency conference that I want to talk to you one time. Last night we were at the Chamber of Commerce banquet. Apart from campaign, I want to ask the Prime Minister one question. You told us that you had a motor vehicle problem. If you are the Prime Minister of this country, coming to Mandeville to talk to the people, and you have a motor vehicle problem that you were there for almost 3 hours, what can we say about you? There's no way you could have a motor vehicle problem and you made us for 3 hours. But I will tell you why you come that time. I know more than coverage. I said I will take you to my ways that I see that when I talk and I will talk the truth. I don't listen to no other problems. But I know, and he knows, that he had made a statement that he doesn't want to be in a room when I am speaking. That's the reason why he come that time. But I have news for you. I hear you say last night that the municipal corporations are holding up subdivisions and building plans and all of that. Lie you tell. Most time I can tell you that is NEPA. Water Commission. NWA. You are the minister with responsibility for those agencies. We at the Manchester Municipal Corporation, we are now boasting a 93% turnaround for 90 days for any plans that come to the council. You can fool some people sometimes. You can't fool all the people all the life. You know, I felt disrespected last night. Because even after the function is going on, he got up and started to walk around the room shaking people's hand and saying what they want and talking to them, not even paying attention to what was going on in the room. That is disrespectful and no respect for the people of Manchester. I hear comrades Donovan lead a team of counselors that is second to none in the whole of Jamaica. If there is a thing going on and they feel that they want some guidance and they still walk into the room in full black, everybody keep quiet because they know I am going to speak. But I want to remind them that is the Auditor General of Jamaica says that Manchester Parish Council is the only council, the only corporation that has their accounts up to 2023. That have submitted our annual report, 3 out of 14. God is scrap it. If them think that's the road, if them think that's the school bill, because I am committed first of all to take Belfield High School after this is here.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
And I want to name the Caswell Burton High School. I won't say anything more yet. I hear you come up with a big plan about a park in Mandeville. Mandeville don't want no park. We have Cecil Tartan Park. And we will not disrespect Cecil Tartan. The Brooks Park is situated in northwest Manchester. It is not in central Manchester. If you really want to do something for Manchester and for Mandeville, you will take this man Mackenzie said. He never said. The plans we had for the Mandeville market that he has thrown away and put it in a shelf and put it in vitating, take it up, dig it up, and make a talk about Mandeville town. We have a plan. And the only one PNP win. And PNP name must win.
Yes.
We're about to have a president in the league. Can't keep coming. One president will have in the league. Can't go. Because let me tell you, comrades, we have studied hard. Comrade Ramsey, let's start. Comrade Ramsey. We brought in consultants from England. We bring people from all over Jamaica. We sat down as a team with the citizens of Manchester and work out how we want to see the town of Mandeville right in the middle of the town of Mandeville. And because JP never win, them dump the plan that we have. Get the plan. The basement is a parking, 3.5 acres. The ground floor we're going to put the provision center there and the meat market. On top of that, we're going to put up pretty shops. Nearly 200 of them that people who want place to sell can have somewhere that they can sell their goodies and feel comfortable because you have a place that is perfect, clean, and ready for business. And we don't done it. Because on top of that floor, We want to put another parking bay that can hold nearly 300 vehicles. If that is done, you'd have done something for Mandeville. Because we would have solved the parking problem that we are having in Mandeville. Yeah, what? And we're not done yet. Because we're going to be expanding down where corporate back is. We're going to put up more building down there. That when you walk in a Mandeville town, you go up on Greenville Street, you think of Miami you're there, and you think of California you're there. Because we know the people that party, know how to be a town, know how to be a people. So don't come with a cheap talk like you're not vote. I don't know you come in. They never take the seat now because I'm feeling hot because I don't want to say what I don't want to say. I said I put up a graph in Parliament, and I don't know if you have looked at it carefully. The graph that describes the crime rate in Jamaica or the falling rate, and they're posting about 2024. But if I believe and if I remember well, when I looked at the chart, the best years for crime in Jamaica was I think it was 2014 or 2013. They still don't reach that number yet. So there's nothing to boast about. Until they reach that number, then you can talk to me about crime. Suppressing people's rights is not a strategy for crime. If you're going to solve crime, let us solve the social crimes first. You're talking about unemployment is 3.5%. Did you know or do you know how they calculate employment rate? If a man wash a car for 3 hours out the road is employed. You tell me now if nothing can do so. Let me do the maths. You have increased minimum wage from $50,000 to $16,000. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a mathematician. So if you're wrong to tell me. It will cost me, or cost a teacher, or cost a good civil servant an additional $4,000 per month to pay that helper. Based on how you have moved the threshold, each person will get $2,000. I don't go to Jamal, but help me here, people. If I have to spend 4, if I'm getting 2, 1, 2, that's it. If I'm getting $2,000 and I have to spend $4,000, what happened to me? It is costing me $2,000 more to pay those people. You know what will happen, comrades? People are going to take out washing machine. People are going to clean their house for themselves. And many helpers and many people that they have to pay will be out of job. I want you to consider it. Now, because they said I'm going to increase it by $1,000 because only power out of job. But comrades, I am not the one to bring this story tonight. The man with the story, the man with the plan, our campaign manager nationally. They said, don't touch what I'm doing yet because I'm waiting until the big conference. I still thinking how we're going to have that conference there because this looks up. At one conference, you can imagine the 4 conference meet one time. Lord have mercy. Barry don't be talking about Bush back. I was telling you I want Bush back. As a chairman, comrades, I have a presentation for it. I don't know if we can interpret it. I bought it today. It's up for your interpretation. It's up for his interpretation. The can show it to the crowd and they can interpret what they want to interpret. You see the originally? And through the big dead one, the big black one look like him with the big. But then the originally, I saw my gold and I put it on them. I saw them and put it on them. And when everything is over, I know. I hear that somebody had predicted that they would have won 4 seats in Central Manchester, but they don't have those intentions. The mathematics bad again, man. Tell people cannot add. If me have 3 and tell me I take your 1, how much that? And we have only 4, how much they feel? Alright, sir. If me have 3 and you have 1, and me tell me I take your 1, how much left? Somebody ever pass ever take 4. Comrades, I don't comment on people's illness. I want to empathize with the lady for her illness, because anybody can get ill. I do not tell any lie, but as a candidate, I want to express my best wishes to her and wish her speedy recovery, because I am going to need her on the battlefield. I don't want no excuse. Man for man and pound for pound. If you can't enter the ring, don't come in the race. And those who think maybe done, I just a warm up. I just a warm up. I'm saying guys don't think I do them. I just a warm up. That's the right thing I think I do them. I just a warm up. You waiting already? Man for man and pound for pound. Because in the valleys, up the mountain top, up a poor house, in a hand's house, in a king's house, every house you go, it shall be the People's National Party. Walking down street.
Put up on the fist, I want the Emin and Donovan Mitchell. One the Emin and Donovan Mitchell. Show the fist them, turn on the camera, them and they see who are the fist them. Because I them the fist them, I'm going to the job for victory. Time come, time come, time come. All Portugals observe. You know, the light will go on up front with the new batsman them. You them take the shine off of the ball. I tell you, and I feel good. I'm the first conference at Rayon that in all of these years. No, hold on. You know, if you understand, you know, we don't come up and tell no lie. Right. So me have to put that out there. Me don't want nobody come on and put it on the paper. Say I'm first conference and I'm nice young son. Suppose it. Anyway, comrades, I see a certain lady, I say protocols observant, but we can't go too far and not big up the campaign team. My friend, same here from Nakpachik Division, he's doing a wonderful job. Give him comrade, Carl Skitter. The general, when we got parish councillors, new councillors, the general, say, here I want to do. I want to sit down there and take out on a book. I teach you now if you do this. Because 12 want to come down here. Manchester must be better. DM, Donovan Mitchell. And he organized it so well. So he fix up who figure this, and he put the three of them one them over this. And that he not call them in. Because the last time I see certain people on TV were come to compete against my general, such person is emotional. So when my comments call and say, why is such person crying? I said, because she's not the first lady. Travel from Alligator upon division right now. Anyone under the spec up some light, the people that are this election comments, and I heard the great comment, John Jr. said it. I hope you listen. I hope you listen. This election is going to be one of the most significant elections in the history of Jamaica. It is significant because if we do not become victorious, Haiti are better than we.
Yes, sir.
It is significant because we have a leader with integrity. It is significant because we, the People's National Party, knows how to govern and take care of the people of Jamaica. I'm going to run quickly to the hospital. Me I tell you to stay healthy. Me I beg you to stay healthy. Me I beg you to. You see over that the place there. After we do so well to give them a state of the art hospital, it run down now. If you don't have the money for the hard grades and private, me I tell you the people, the hospital system is in a mess. It is in a mess because after this government took it over, it's just running down, running down, running down. Let me look at education. Oh my God. If you don't ever know about Savannah Primary, up to now since burial, one block, not even one sheet of zinc is on that building. Tell me if they are serious about education. They are good slave drivers because they put $1,000 on minimum wage. And that them saying, and then you are going to use so much money by poor box. So they cannot add, they cannot check. We have to do what? Vote them out. How can you have a minister? And then they feel big tonight, you know. How can you have a minister of finance spend some time in education ministry and did not learn enough to multiply 2,000 by 3 years and use that money to buy a product? I may have a big lie of them to back me. Who will do it? Who will do it? Me have a big lie of them to back me. Comments. Sports is a sore point in this country. I see the stadium full up when my ball and Messi was there. But when you look at the bathroom facilities, when you look at infrastructure in the national stadium, when they put up nice track, when downgrade from 1 to 2, after it looks so pretty. I don't understand this government because everything they do is for photo op. They put on pipe and take it back up on the seat party time. In local government, let me show you now PNP strong. In local government, in Alligator Pond Division, they bring about 7 or 8 of the big wig them. Some of them come down there and they promise pharmacy. Pharmacy then come promise down there. And after 1 year, not even the farmer not see them. Much less to have a pharmacy in Alligator. As I mentioned, the farmers who are struggling right now, rather is a building that we must fix when we go into government anytime after June. They tell our farmers to get IDs. Make sure you have the RADA ID. And as a councillor, even before me win, Mr. Farmers will hear when they say, get to the RADA ID. And I did a tour after the heavy rains in September 2025. September 25, heavy rains. No man, it was on September 25. You know, listen to me. It was, yes. Thank you. Come here, have everything right down yourself. Yes. So the farmers did everything that they were supposed to do. Bring the information to RADA. Just to be told that the MP distribute the something there. They have 49 member parliament. So I understand what they were doing. But in all of what they were doing, they still never have enough sense to make sure that they took care of the farmers. They didn't have enough sense to take care of the farmers. So our farmers are struggling. The roads. South Manchester, let me touch down this one because them put up 3 man gets burnt in 1. South Manchester, when they put up 1, 2, and 3, none of them can match PB. How they sound? When they put 1, 2, 3, none of them can match PB. Listen, all that chin quarrels as a master in tank bad. Look how me come down and come fight for them and win some after 30 years. I said, Chin, you did lucky. South Manchester, a PNP country. And I move quickly to Central. When this young girl run in a Central and get lucky, tell her it's the time come.
Yes, man.
Tell her it's the time come. The big man is ready for the job. Donovan Mitchell. Right now, to me, how much we are going to win by? That's what I mean. We want to teach this lady a lesson. Me not disrespectful, right? We want to teach this lady a lesson. Because we are not the same. When they call we leader one wallet per name, we not go there so with them. When they talk about Donovan Mitchell and this and in that, we not go there so with them. We are in the street. The young people, they must say time come. The old people, they must say time come. The church, they must say time come. The maximum, they say time come. The teachers say time come. Comments. At the first conference, we go and marry on the trial mission. That means that we have London. But I must tell you though, for Donovan Mitchell to be victorious in Central, each one of you sitting here has a responsibility. You have a responsibility for your grandchild. You have a responsibility for the unborn them when they reach Jamaica yet. You have a responsibility for the future of this country. On election day, when it is called, put the X beside it. Put the X beside it. Put the X beside it. Stand on. Hold on.
Rayon Peart, the best counselor for the spiritual division. Rayon Peart, till the labor that born them to come down. Rayon Peart.
comrades, we can't take this lightly. Over a year ago, I had celebrated, well, I don't want to celebrate. We won last year, February, and we took 12 out of 15 in Manchester. Comrades, this year, I'm going to be celebrating until it's 4 out of 4. If we won 12 out of 15 in our local government election, when they have a governing party in power, that definitely sends a signal that the people of Jamaica is ready for change. But Congress, we can't take nothing like this. The amount of vote that my friend comrade Donovan got the last election, comrade Carl Smith, comrade Mikael Mitchell, and comrade Oliphant, we need to triple and get 4 times the amount this time. Because, you know, in a general election, we need more votes than I'm going to get in a local. And we need to give them a proper backsiding. Because we have won them. If it was a general election, we have won them with about 1,000 or more. But we want to work with a margin at least 2,000 to show them, say, listen, PMP time now, time come. But comrades, we have been sabotaged. Because since I've been councillor for over a year, it has been wicked. Wicked. And I can talk about the councillors. We have been sabotaged with everything you can think of. Through Rwanda, through central government, and everything. So they're trying to do that now to try and hurt us. But comrade, I love the idea that you're here to support us and understand us and work with us. Because once we come in power, and Donovan Mitchell is the MP for Central Manchester, I'm telling you, it'll be easier for the councillors to at least can help others. Let me tell you this now. In not just Manchester, you have more about there. Because somebody run up and down and do this and that. But people can come. In South Manchester, one team have done the lock.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Right team? Right guys?
Yes, that's correct.
Sure. In North East Manchester, me sure said, my comrade Win is up there working with comrade Win. And I'm sure that this time around, just like how we created history in Christiana, we will create history again in North East Manchester. And when it comes to Central Manchester now,